Alright, so we were just having you on a little bit. This is a game about a Tai Chi cat. So I thought it would be appropriate to do a little Tai Chi as a warm-up. We have been learning Tai Chi for the last 6 months, somewhere in there. I don't know, it's been a while. I could probably check my records and determine when my payment to my sensei there went from once a week to twice a week. But at any rate, I hope you all are having a lovely Tuesday. We are doing our first playthrough asterisk of 9 Souls, which is going to be, again, approximately first playthrough. I have played the basically first act of this game. It is brilliant. It was quite wonderful. I was not expecting to like this, or as soon as I found out that it was like, quick time event, parrying and blocking and all that, and dodging, I was like, man, this is not going to be my game. But I probably got about 2 hours in and I was like, okay, this is my game. So I knew that I was going to have to stream it as well. It's just going to be a matter of time. Let's maybe... I don't remember exactly where things are, so let's maybe shift me up above the Ko-Fi thing, and then let's see what happens as we go through. We're going to be very Tai Chi about this. Be like water, my friend. Alright, so. Uh-oh. Ooh, that's not good. I cannot start the game with the controller. Cool. So we're going to figure out what's wrong with it first and foremost. And then... probably I just need to restart it. Yeah, I might have to just restart. Okay, let's exit the game. And then re-enter. I know you're not going to like this. Headphones and controller for best experience. Yeah, headphones are, I think, probably a necessity unless you... Oh, that's not going to be good. Nope. Oh no. I'm getting nothing. I'm getting nothing from my controller. That's not good. Why is it doing that? Why don't you have a thing? Oh, that's not going to go well. Okay, so... Bad news, right? Oh, wait, hang on. Other problem. It may be that with the... this happened on another one of my games. If the... who's it? Is plugged in. If the HOTAS is plugged in, it could be interfering with the other one, with the controller. So let's unplug the HOTAS and see if that fixes everything, because it fixed everything with the other one. Hey, there we go. Yep. Okay. So reminder to everybody, if you have a HOTAS system, i.e., hands-on, throttle and stick, stick and stick, throttle and throttle, whatever you got, you may have to unplug that. So, okay. File selection. We are going to go into standard mode. It is quite difficult. At least the amount that I've seen so far. Which I'm probably about 10 to 20 hours in, and I don't feel like I've done a whole lot. Okay, so we have been dragged by tendrils into, our mangled corpse has been dragged into these tendrils, and now we emerge victorious. Tonight is also hashtag not sponsored by Cocoa Wonderland from Thornbridge. Quite nice color to it. Very chocolatey smell. Chuan Chuan. Yee! I knew you were here. I could smell your cooking from way out there. Snacking on grilled fish again, are you? Aren't you excited for dinner tonight? The auntie next door taught me how to make garlic noodles yesterday. I won't mess it up this time. I just hope it'll be seasoned normally. Don't worry, I won't let you down. Did you come running to me just to talk about dinner? Oh, right, the flower. Okay, it is not... Right. It is not the directional, so... We can do jumps. Alright, climbing up ledges because we have claws. Down to drop off. Ropes. And jumps. Dead person's note. Crooked words etched into the ground. I found the exit, but there's no way to go back now. The messy note seems like the last words of the deceased before they passed away. Press X repeatedly to perform a 3-hit combo. Camp Scroll, Chuan Chuan's story scroll. One day the noble swordsman passed by a stone. Suddenly, someone jumped out from the stone. It turned out to be a great hero. The handwriting is quite neat for something written by a child. In the bottom left corner, there is a note stating that this is the 63rd episode. Hey Famished, how's it going? I don't suppose that's actually going to break. No. Right, and that is where we were. I thought there'd be some in the Forbidden Cave, but I haven't seen a single one. Where are you, Crimson Hibiscus? A crimson hibiscus. Is that the flower you've been fussing about? Yeah, that's the flower they used for the ceremony. According to the shaman, the bigger the flower. There's one right up there. Wow, you're right, but I'm not sure even I can climb up that high. Hey, hold on. How did a boar get all the way up there? Just programming away? Nice. Oh, it snatched a flower away. Oh well, it probably needs it more than I do. It's about to get dark. Let's head back to the village. I'll go look somewhere else next time. I'll get that flower for you. Huh? I mean, it's fine. You don't really have to. Are you really gonna go get it? Okay, I'll wait here for you. Be careful not to get hurt. Press up to wall run, especially with the tendrils all over it. Press B. Use your grappling hook. Ah. A. Enemies and stuff. So right here, first playthrough, I'm thinking, it's a bit like Ori. Right, okay. I don't think I actually even saw this last time, so that's fun. Is he even going to attack me? No, not really. Oh. Slightly horrific. We're just going to murder it. These flowers that appear around the Peach Blossom Village are used by villagers as a decoration during the ceremony. Legend has it that harvest will be bountiful if the ceremony is successful. While that hasn't been proven, everyone still gets more food after the ceremony. Good to know. I hope you didn't get hurt. The boar was huge. Don't push yourself too hard. It was only a year ago when you still needed my help to walk, remember? Here. Wow, you really got it back for me. It's even prettier up close. Given time, even the prettiest flowers will wilt. That's okay. At least we're here to see it, even if it won't be for long. I don't really see the meaning behind all this. Yeah, but you still went out of your way to help me retrieve it. Thanks, Yi. We should head back. I'll be in trouble if they find us here. Wow, this festival market is so lively. Look, every household has dried meat and someone's even brewing wine. We've had a bountiful harvest 2 years in a row since you arrived. You've pretty much become the village's official good luck charm. They're just coincidences. Nah, don't say that. When you helped the elders with a rat infestation, we were all talking about how fortunate we are to have you around. Also, praise be to the souls for blessing the Peach Blossom Village and ensuring that we're all fed and clothed. If there's nothing else I need to do, I'm going back to dry the fish. No, stay for a bit. You should take a chance to check out the stalls and mingle with everyone. Leave the fish to me. Catch you later. Okay, can't go back. Not that we'd want to. The sunrise's grace comes sunsets high, every day a cherished sky. Chuan-Chuan's been buzzing with energy as of late. I know, right? Remember how glum he used to look when his parents left? In the old days when our ancestors lived in the harsh wilderness, they had to endure the bitter cold and onslaught of savage predators. Unable to bear watching us humans suffer, the 10 merciful souls descended from the heavens. At first, some were ignorant and raised their swords toward the souls. Those fools were met with divine wrath, and their bones were ground to dust. Those who were pious and reverent followed the souls to a land outside the 99 heavens, a paradise where everyone could prosper. The all-knowing and all-powerful souls bestowed their wisdom upon us, teaching us about the truth of all things. When the peaches ripen for the harvest, the souls will select several of us for a great privilege. Those fortunate enough to be chosen will live the rest of their lives among the divine souls. So be good, children, listen, follow, and behave, and you may also be chosen one day. Divine souls above, I humbly ask that you heed my request. She gonna tell us? Shenong. What the hell are you looking at? Beat it. I don't want any part in this dumb festival. You don't look much wiser yourself. What? And just who do you think you are, you pint-sized punk? Bah, curse this damn ceremony. One day I'll show everyone what's really... Never mind, you wouldn't get it. All this nonsense is making my wine go sour. Character bio updated. Little boy from Peach Blossom Village, he began living with Yi after his parents left. Chuan-Chuan is easygoing and curious about anything new. His hobby is writing martial arts stories. Shenong, a brawny man from Peach Blossom Village. He is a conspiracy theorist who harbors numerous doubts and grievances toward the world he inhabits. A mysterious Fang Shi. Cool. Oop. Shh, we don't know that yet. Dead person's note in the camp scroll. That's all we got. Yeah. Last year my daughter was one of the lucky few to be chosen. What a blessing. I wonder what it's like to live with the gods. You're back. Did you see anything interesting? I cleaned up that crimson hibiscus you got me earlier. I'm going to sew it onto my clothes later. It's not a rule, but those who are chosen usually wear a flower. It makes you look a lot cooler when standing up there. Is this something to be happy about? Of course. I'll be seeing my mom and dad soon. I wonder if they'll notice that I've grown taller. Let's head inside. I'm hungry. Yi, I'll be leaving in a few days. Will you make sure to eat properly when you're on your own? Remember, the rice is stored in the bin, and the fruit on the table should be eaten before it dries out. Stop worrying. Well, don't forget, okay? I probably won't be able to send letters back to you once I'm living with the souls, you know. It's sad to think I won't have anyone to bicker with anymore. Aren't you scared? I'm going somewhere I've never been before. Of course I'm a little bit scared. If you're scared, then don't go. I have to. Being chosen by the souls is a blessing. Besides, I've always had this feeling that one day I'd have to part ways with you, Yi. Nothing is predetermined. You make your own destiny. Don't get caught up in superstition. You might be right, but parting isn't necessarily a bad thing. I ran into the Forbidden Cave for the first time when Mom and Dad left, and that's where I met you. Who would have thought that playing a flute would make someone pop out of that stone? If you say so. But since I'm leaving soon, can you grant me one request before the ceremony? What is it? That story you were telling me about the man fighting the flood? Tell me how it ends. Did he make it home? He didn't die, did he? Okay. Where do we leave off? He journeyed over mountains and rivers. Peach Blossom Village, the night of the ceremony. Ruyi, Lord Yi, greetings from your humble servant. I was afraid you would lose track of time, so I called to remind you. If you skip out on tonight, you will have to wait another 2 years for the next harvest. I know. How's the security at the Apemen facility?
Okay.
The system indicates that they are currently on low alert status. There are only a handful of guards on patrol. Please excuse my concern, but if the alarms are triggered, the situation may become untenable. By the way, do you have your mystic nymph on you? I have it with me, but it won't fly. Only parts of it are in working order. It's been too long since I recharged it. That is a pity. If I had enough power, you could make use of the Mystic Nymph's scout mode for reconnaissance. Your body has just made a full recovery after all, so it might be best not to throw caution to the wind. It wouldn't be too hard to just leave a trail of bloodshed. Certainly, your humble servant has never doubted your martial prowess, Lord Yi. Proceed as you wish, and may fortune favor you. Hey, freak. Finally showing your true colors, eh? I could see everything you were doing. I was just talking to myself. You think you could fool me with that stupid hat? Do you take me for one of those morons over there? When a man talks to himself, he's not talking to those who are is he not talking to those who are watching? Watching? Don't think I haven't noticed. I've seen those little bizarre statues glow in the middle of the night. Whenever I cover them up with a cloth, a mysterious wind blows them away. I knew the truth from the very beginning. Those statues are possessed by demons. Demons don't exist. They're merely the delusions of fools. Demons are afoot, and that's that. They're the kind that eats people, too. This place isn't a paradise. There are no gods, and I sure as hell do not know who came up with all that mumbo-jumbo anyway. Admit it, you probably know a thing or two about all this. Fine. Keep your secrets. I'll prove I'm right in front of everyone's faces one day. Don't bother me again. Wow, firecrackers. Shenong sure has an active imagination. All that loneliness has made him go a bit kooky. Those that are chosen can go live with the gods. We ended up going to a summer festival at one point in British Virgin Islands, and so after dark, everybody went down to the beach and just, I mean, hung out and drunk all night, basically, is what it amounted to, but there were some guys on stilts who looked a bit like this guy. And they were called the Jumbies. It's a local spiritual mischievous spirit that kind of does stuff whenever you're not paying attention. The peach trees have blossomed beautifully this year. Thank the gods for the blessing our peach blossom village. So, just trigger warning, just in case. Whole game is kind of like, I think there was a warning already for bloodshed and violence. So, The shaman of Peach Blossom Village hereby receives your decree. In accordance with the soul's orders, we humbly pay respect to the flying throne. Thank you for taking care of me these past 2 years, Yi. Time for me to go. Hold right button to attach a talisman. Oh God, spare us from your wrath. What's happening? Yi? The Yi you know is a lie. I must go now. Take good care of yourself. Yeah, this was the moment where I knew that something was wrong. I hadn't noticed that all of their masks, Yi has been wearing a hat around everybody except Chuan Chuan. So they all don't know what he looks like. So he just revealed himself by having his hat fall off. He's a cat. If you look at all their masks, they are ever so slightly feline. I must go now. Take good care of yourself. What are you saying? Then who are you? Wait, I don't understand. What was that? Why are you... Where are you going, Yi? Hold B to hack the platform. I suddenly realized that this may not be a nice, calm, Ori clone. Over here, we have the dismembered bodies of the two people who were taken before Chuan Chuan. Left button to parry. Right button to detonate talisman. Oh. Hold. And we're coughing up blood. Press up to use the medicine pipe. Also, yeah, that's our picture up there. So, warning, intruder? Probably? B. Oh look, tendrils. Root node. Right. Status. Key blast. Hold down right button to generate an explosion by charging a talisman with up to 3 key charges. All talisman charges inflict internal damage upon impact. Talisman explosions convert all internal damage to direct damage. And there's a skill tree. So yes, I was quite confused. Right, so we have a parry for left button. We have pressing X repeatedly to do the triple slash combo. We have a key blast to hold down right button and generate an explosion by charging a talisman with up to 3 key charges. We already did that. And the immortal dash, press right trigger while moving to evade enemy attacks and hold to dash forward. Also effective for evading crimson attacks and lasers, which we'll obviously deal with later. Rest. Cool. Yeah, definitely should have tried to block. Alright, we can jump underneath. Here, we have to right trigger to dodge the trap. Ouch. Okay. Heh. Bloody Crimson Hibiscus. Crimson Hibiscus soaked with villagers' blood. Apemen are harvested at regular intervals in the livestock area, where their bodies are then dismembered and sorted. Flowers and clothes are usually mixed with the rest of the useless parts and disposed of. Not very profitable, but in theory, you could work at the quarter machine. Right, we dodged past an arrow. Didn't have much of an option otherwise. If we... no. Can't touch down and can't hold down and dive. Ah. Haha. Righto. Okay, nothing here to really look at. Yeah, body. Separated torso. Other parts went elsewhere. Surprise attack. Can usually take him out pretty quick. Ah. Oops. Ah. Oops. I knew better. I wanted you all to see this. Yeah. Oop. Nope. Okay. Using the body as a medium to dissipate energy. Can that actually work? Nope. Perhaps it needs to be guided. Let the energy come to me, then pull it within my body. Left button. Next, use a talisman to inject ki into your target. Slow and steady wins the race. Ah, that was it. There we go. Ah, everything needs to coalesce at once and be impeccably timed. Ah. Become flowing water and allow stillness to overcome motion. Yeah, that was much better. Hey. Soul Collect. Yi's Jin and experience fall into the battlefield if he dies, giving him a chance to retrieve them after he is reborn. Also, the guy who I just killed had like the swirling energy, key energy around him. That's the guy who killed me, so I have to go kill him before I die again in order to collect all my stuff. Thanks. Press right trigger to dodge unblockable crimson attacks. And here we see all the appendages that were rejected. Not enough meat, Let that temporary damage heal back up. I was hoping to knock him back into the laser, but that works too. Hack. Up, right, down. Right. That comes down to meet us. We whack that enough times, it goes away. Cool. Okay. Secrets inside of hidden walls. And then... oh, goody. Oh, dear. Jeez. That's not good. I don't know if I want to go in there if there's not a, place to heal. Phew, think. Examine. Apeman surveillance footage. Guide to raising Apemen. Apemen are capable of abstract thinking, even prior to undergoing transmutation. Individuals that reject group living often exhibit violent behavior. Caution is advised when dealing with... The Apemen originate from the Pale Blue Planet, which was first discovered in a deep space observation report from Haoshan Sphere. They are one of the extremely few highly intelligent life forms in the celestial sphere. So we are not just cats. We are space cats. It appears that we found actual humans. Yeah, this is not going to be pretty, though. Unusual activity detected in livestock area. Warning. Perimeter breach by living organism detected. Ah, boy. We're in trouble, my lord. Your destruction of the harvester earlier triggered a system-wide alert. To make matters worse, the 9 souls could now be awakened even earlier. Doesn't matter. My actions were bound to draw attention sooner or later. I have prepared for the worst. Supposing that is true, why then did you intervene so early? That wasn't part of the plan. Was it for that 8-man child? Don't question my judgment, just do your job. Of course, please forgive my apprehension. It is just all that our calculations have been thrown into disarray. In any case, please reach the predetermined safe zone as quickly as possible. Exercise caution above all else. Apemen have breached the enclosure. Illegal Solarian perimeter breach detected. Harvester damage. System shutdown and repair initiated. So this one being red, it makes it seem like it did not collect him, and it should have. And this guy being here makes it look like he got in. Good times. Can I get the... Yeah, I can. I mean, I kind of want to go back up there and save, but that's not going to happen. $677, come on, baby. Don't kill me. Yes. Whew. No skill points. And we have a whole crap ton of... Right. So the top left are gold circle that's almost completed. Should be the level indicator. And we have a lot of coin. I really don't want to lose that. So, like, exercise caution above all else. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, man. Aha. Ow. Dink. Get out of here. Okay. Ow. There we go. That was much better than my first attempt. Oh, man. I got killed so many times in there. No. Where do we want to go? Oh, good. Ow. How'd that work for you? Get literal wrecked. Okay. Right, I think we can only do this at... Backstab. Ah, bullet deflect, yeah. Can only be obtained at root nodes. So we have to go to the root node before we can actually collect that, but... Nah. That's alright. We will not press our luck. We will attempt, as best we can, to get to, Oh, no! No! Attempt to get to the next root node unscathed. There we go. Okay, rest. Skills. We would like to get bullet dodge. Bullet deflect. Deflects certain projectiles like arrows or bullets back at the enemy with a precise parry. Useful against ranged enemies. Otherwise, it can just bounce in a random direction and not hit anything, or just be deflected, like, you know, into the ground, essentially. Yeah, so that one is blocked. I have to go this way. Ouch. Yeah. Bye. Ow. We'll just sit up here for a sec. There we go. Only having to deal with one of them at a time is a big deal. Interact. There we go. Full health and full medicine. So we now have 2 of our things back up again. Right. This guy. Right. Red Tiger Elite by Chang. Ouch. What? Come on. I actually hit the parry that last time. So I think that I have to defeat him or else I lose all 800 whatever of the coin that I built up. Ugh. Oh, no. There it is. Ow. No. This is where it gets frustrating. Alright, so we can collect these, which automatically gets us a little bit of a boost. And then we we just avoid taking all possible damage until we get back in the room. And crap, it's on the other side. That was dumb. Yeah, okay, they're pretty heavily recommending that one. Nope, that was a... Nope. Crimson, you can't do that. No, that's not good. Come on, man, heal. Get out of there. Cool. There we go. There's one. Stasis Jade, Jade Stone. Attaching a talisman will temporarily immobilize that enemy. Time immobilized will vary depending on the enemy and the strength thereof. Whoop whoop. Right. So that's open from over there. I'm guessing they... Oh no, they didn't. Okay. We open that here. And then this, I think, is locked. Yeah, because we don't know that thing yet. New Kunlun Central Hall. Yes, please. Ads are going to start in 30 seconds. This is the New Kunlun Central Hall. We're going to set up a base of operations here, roughly speaking. And if anybody is at all interested, yeah, take a quick break here. My lord, I sense that you have made it safely to the council district. My worries were indeed unwarranted. So, get up, stretch, do all that good stuff. We'll be back here in 3 minutes. So, see you in just a little bit. Thanks so much. Alright, so the Tai Chi that I'm learning has 4 major movements on the orthogonal directions and 4 minor movements which are on the non-orthogonal directions, on the diagonals. So what we had done was we started by learning the basic movements, which are whenever you're taking steps, either you are entirely having your weight on your front leg or you are entirely having your weight on your back leg. There's pretty much no in between. Instead, what we do is we push downward into both feet. Essentially, our front leg is pushing forward when we're leaning back on our back leg. And when we're leaning front on our front leg, our back leg is pushing down and away. So this is causing us to actually, wait, or do we pull? Yeah, we pull. This is causing us to use more work on our weighted leg than we would if we were simply like normally resting on one leg or the other. So it causes us to do extra work, and thus they call it double weighted. So if you end up about a 45-degree angle and pretty decently apart, again, press into the floor, put almost all of your weight on the front leg, but then also pull in with your back leg along the floor. And that causes us to do more work in the quads. We become double weighted, and it becomes very hard to move us. When we swap to the back leg, again, we're dragging our front leg into the floor, like towards us, and again, it causes more weight, more work to be done here, and then we feel double weighted. Right? And then when we're doing all of these movements, typically we have hand motions that are also going on. So the major movement is the ward off, and this is keeping kind of a ballroom style dance form in our chest and shoulders. Our front arm is going to try and touch against the opponent's arm, and you want to be able to feel all of their movements. And then the back hand is kind of resting here, again, mostly to just hold form so that your whole back and shoulders are engaged in this rather than just kind of letting this flop, because this reduces the amount of like movement and the amount of ability you have to control the movement of the other person. Whereas if you have this one up, it actually does a lot of, you are able to do a lot of work by using this as kind of a counterweight, and also keeping your back muscles engaged on the opposite side as well as on the front side. So ward off comes like this, and then we have the press, which both hands come back to our hip, and then we kind of like cross the palms against each other and lean forward into it. That will end up pressing into the other person and then breaking apart like this. Oftentimes this is helpful for like if somebody's coming at you with like a throat grab or something like that, or they're trying to grab your lapel, trying to grab your shoulders, you can come at them with a press, which then allows you to snap in and break that hold, or it also allows you to potentially like literally press against them, or you can end up pressing their body parts against their body. If you can break their form, So if they are no longer shaped quite right like this, then they can end up losing some of their form, and then it creates an opportunity to get them off balance and other cool stuff like that. So ward off, press, ward off, roll back, which oftentimes is kind of a deflection. So roll back, press, and then push, which allows you to push not just with your arms, because this is a wasted effort. If you are smaller than somebody, trying to push them with your hands like this is going to be a wasted effort. You're not going to be able to do much with it. However, if you keep your hands in tight like this, lock up your shoulders a little bit, and then step, and use your entire body weight to actually push, rather than like pushing your arms out, just literally what we do is oh, that was it. Yep, there we go. Press down and then into the floor both directions that way. All right, reason being that if I'm leaning forward and pressing down and both forward and backward like this, and then I let go with my front leg or pick it up, I'm automatically going to move. If, on the other hand, I'm trying to like pull inward and I lift up my front, like, yeah, I just kind of fall with gravity. So that doesn't really work. So we've got to keep 45-degree angle, press into the ground both forward and backward, and then lift the front leg, and it's going to cause us to move like this. If you kind of like stiff arm and then move with your entire body weight, you end up hitting the person with, I mean, like, the force of a truck here is comes to mind, right? It's not quite literal, but you know what I mean. Right, so ward off, roll back, press, and push. And oftentimes, again, when we do this, we're trying to use our motions, go to one leg or the other with all of your weight, and then press outward with the other. So that way, if we need to, we can show that, yeah, this would not just cause me to fall with gravity, but rather lifting one leg causes me to actually move in that particular direction. Okay, and then we've got the ward off, roll back, press, and push. Then we've also got the 4 diagonals, which are the pluck, split, elbow, and shoulder. So typically, the way it ends up working is that at some point you're going to be here and something's going to start getting out of your control. Somebody starts coming at you with a punch, and like none of the other ward off or stuff is going to work. Maybe you're stepping too late or whatever. We retreat with our front leg, guide using our forearm, the other person's hand outward, and then allow it to just pass us by. And then what we can do is just slap them right across the face or hit him with a ridge hand or whatever else you need to do to get this person to stop hitting you or attempting to hit you. So you step back, the pluck either is grabbing the wrist and like letting them fly in that particular direction, or just even a quick yank in that direction and then a split. So either a slap or a ridge hand is the split. And then from here, if they try to grab your wrist from this side, we have our arm here, we slide along and break whatever hold they have on us, and then we take this, wrap it around their neck or anything else that's here, and come forward with the elbow. And then when we come from here, we're going to come back just a little bit, like cat stance sort of thing, and then fall into a shoulder strike. So that shoulder is going to run into them with the entire body weight of whatever you got, which again, considerable mass running shoulder first into somebody is very dangerous. You can actually kill somebody doing this, so don't do it unless you actually are being attacked and you're in mortal danger. But the other thing to think about is what else is happening with this hand, as it's going to be a little bit loose. So if you run not necessarily into someone, but very close to someone, or maybe into just their shoulder with your shoulder, where's this hand going? So having a nice little strike on the end can be quite devastating for about half the population. So we have our main form, which brings it all together. We start from just a relaxed pose, feet forward, tuck your hips underneath. You know it when you got it, because if you kind of like flop your pelvis back, you can feel that there's a lot of your butt's kind of just too big. So roll it under, and it engages all those muscles, and then you can actually like move and stuff. So we go from here and we breathe in, out. We do a step out with like an energy ball sort of thing, and then we roll into, normally we step out like this and then do a ward off. Right, then we go a little bit too far and then come back and do a roll back. And then we do a press and push, a pluck, split, elbow, and shoulder combination. And then from here, if we want to, we do immediately into a ward off again. Immediately into ward off, roll back, press, push, pluck, split, elbow, shoulder. And basically you do that going across the room, back and forth a whole bunch of times. We also learned the form Dalu, which was the other one I was doing at the beginning of stream, which is basically you come up and you're doing like a tiger strike sort of thing. You have your other hand here as support. Eventually this is going to go on, because what's going to happen is the other person is going to try and pull us into an armbar, and if they get the lock here, the elbow lock, game over. You lose. You're going like this. But if you pop your arm on your elbow like that, then there is no force in the world, or at least no human in the world, who's probably going to get you into an armbar anywhere near easily. Then we step out diagonally and out diagonally with a shoulder strike. Then we step, let's see, we step back a bit, and then we twist our front leg at 90 degrees, and then we continue that motion into a pluck, and then our split is the tiger strike. Right, so then we do diagonal, shoulder, And then step back, twist, 90 degree, pluck, split, shoulder, pluck, split. Oops. Something like that. Tai Chi is my third martial art, so I didn't learn it quite as well as the others. We are going to be working on it come September. Our classes are taking a bit of a break, and practical Tai Chi, unfortunately, is his second martial art after Eskrima. So, Eskrima is his primary. Well, no, that's not true. Tai Chi is actually his primary, and he learned Eskrima as like his second martial art. But in terms of the things that I go to that he does, Eskrima is primary, and my Tai Chi class, my my private lesson, is like secondary. Okay. Let's head on back in. Fusang seems to be flourishing more than ever. Quite spectacular, isn't it? The caretaker of all Solarians has never stopped growing since your departure. What impact will this have?
Okay.
Rest assured, all impacts rest within an acceptable range of possibilities. That being said, this only further demonstrates the perfection of the mechanism you designed. The roots are very accustomed to their current environment. None of that matters anymore, so long as it doesn't get in the way. I need to reach the Council Code at the root pinnacle so that we can rebuild order and punish those criminals. Forgive my impudence, but access to the Council Code requires the possession of all the soul seals. You will need to snatch them from the other 9 souls, who certainly will not give them up without a fight. Other is doing a little bit of work here, so keep in mind, right? There were 10 souls, according to the shaman downtown. If they've got a problem with that, then I'll just shut them up for good. As you are probably aware, my calculations predict that that will be a treacherous road to go down. But regardless, time is of the essence. Please make your way to our predetermined safe zone. New Kunlun Launch Memorial. Inscriptions in front of the statue. The Tiandao Legacy. New Kunlun Launch Memorial. Constructed Year 1 Foundation Era. The Qiandao Council undertook the legacy of the legendary Fengxi Lier and initiated the Eternal Cauldron Project upon Kunlun Island, the place where he began his journey. New Kunlun would bid farewell to Penglai, and lead Solarians towards a new era. Aha. Activation failed. Mystic Nymph decryption required. A recharge. Mystic Nymph, Scout Mode. Obtained a fully charged Mystic Nymph. Press left trigger to activate Scout Mode. The Azure Flyer Mystic Nymph can perform reconnaissance and hack into remote terminals to unlock new paths. It is the ideal choice for exploring unknown environments. It was once limited to its projection function due to lack of power, but has now since returned to full functionality. Hey. Right. Ah. Welcome back, Lord Yi. I've been waiting here for a long time. Did you lock the Mystic Nymph's secret chamber? Yes, that was the only thing I could do at the time. The members of the council were deeply suspicious of you. All your belongings were destroyed after the incident. I was also supposed to be wiped out, but fortunately I was still deemed useful. My systems were throttled down, but that was all that happened to me. I didn't think they could also go after you. This servant has suffered only a fraction of what his master must have had to endure. What's important is that you're alive. No, what's important is what I'm about to do. Time is not on our side. We need to act fast. As you wish, but first I need to make the safe zone, a bit safer. Activating anti-detection firewall. Establishing pathing interference in 3, 2... Done. The alarm system of the Four Seasons Pavilion has been turned off and its coordinates have been obfuscated. As long as the interference signal persists, your pursuers will not be able to find this place. From now on, you can use the pavilion's facilities as you please. If you are tired, you can rest here safely and enjoy the virtual scenery. Proper rest is also an essential part of the plan after all. No need. I don't have that kind of spare time. Understood. Next, we need to deal with the jade system in your body. It seems to be in critical state. The repair process will involve severe pain. Please bear with it. Repair complete. You remain very calm as always during the repair. You may now modify your jade system at any root node. Anything else to report?
Okay.
As I mentioned earlier, in order to gain control of New Kunlun, you must possess the seals that belong to each of the 9 souls. The souls are currently spread out, each responsible for monitoring and maintaining operations in their respective zones of New Kunlun. Can you pinpoint their locations? Please forgive my incompetence. I'm afraid I do not have the permission to access that data. The only thing we can be certain of is that due to your presence, the 9 souls will awaken one after the other. You must therefore reduce any risk by invading each of their zones in the shortest possible time. I know. There is little I can do for you once you leave this facility, but I will do everything I can to assist you remotely. Be careful, and may fortune be in your favor. The Jade system has been repaired and can be configured at any root node. This system was developed by the ancient Fangxi Guild to assist in combat. Inserting different jades unlocks extraordinary abilities for the user. It should be noted that an extensive jade system requires a great deal of computing power. Abacus, Rui. Hey, found you. Yi, phew, finally caught up with you. Chuan Chuan? Hey, there's no way I'd miss out on a hero's quest. Stop fooling around. How did you get in here? Anong brought me here. He found a hole underneath the altar, and I wanted to check it out. I asked him to bring me along. Anong? You mean that paranoid Shenong? Yeah, on our way, we ran into a bunch of monsters in heavy armor. They were all swinging their swords around, and it was terrifying. There was this huge glowing golden beetle, too. Anong accidentally touched it, and he immediately jumped in pain. I also saw those terrible machines. You shouldn't be here. Like you can talk. You ran away without explaining anything. What did you do at the ceremony? Where are we? Is this your old home? Where's Shenong? You need to go straight back to the village with him. No, I don't want to go back. You're the one who said I can make my own destiny. All I want to do is stay with you. I'll do anything. I'll even do all the cooking and cleaning. Please let me stay. You could stay here for now, as long as you promise not to step outside. We'll discuss this again after I'm done with my business. Are you trying to trick me again? You better not run away on your own. Don't worry. You just stay put. I've got nowhere else to return to anyway. Okay. Well, be careful out there. I'll stay here and wait for you. I've never seen such smooth stones in my life. How are they made? And these lights, they glow without fire. It's incredible. It's going to take some time for you to understand our Solarian world. Solarian? Is that what you call yourselves? So there is a world outside the village. You never told me about any of this. That's very sneaky of you, Yi. I'm here now, so you might as well tell me everything, right? You'll just get more confused the more you know. No, I won't. You know I'm not that dumb. I'll teach you nice and slowly when I get the chance. Yay! Pinky promise? Pinky promise? It means you can't lie. Create. Ricochet Jade. Even with imprecise parries, projectiles can be reflected back and inflict increased damage. Must be used in tandem with bullet deflect skill, which is what we already got. Increases health restored with the medicine pipe, but slowly applies healing over time rather than immediately. Healing is instantly interrupted if damage is taken. Don't like that one. Mob Quell. Allows Talisman to simultaneously hit an additional target. Useful for battles against multiple enemies. Pipe Vial. 152 more. Increases the number of times pipe can be used. A vial to store medicine for your pipe. Due to health risks related to medicine overdose, vials and other peripherals were once banned across Pangalai. Alright, we want this one. Because the Ricochet Jade is super OP. Okay, dot. Nothing else here. So then we go down, and we say, hi, what can we do? Repair. Repair for 100 Jin. You currently have 348. Yes, please. Robot Assistant, get me data on this region. Shanghai 9000. Solarian? Loading. Is it broken? It's been drawn on, too. Well, that's suspicious. Is this thing... No. Are you supposed to be here? Identify yourself, or I'll disassemble you. Easy. I, Shanghai 9000. Not suspicious. Shanghai 9000. Won't hurt you. Help. Service. Help. Guide. Solarian. Shanghai 9000. Cooperate. Give me map data. Give you benefit. Benefits? Like what? Shanghai 9000. Collect. Each zone. Map. Data chip. Shanghai 9000. Analyze. Map. Show you. Help. Hack. Read. Resources. Information. You win. I win. We win. You can analyze map data chips from each zone and locate any resources. Is that correct? Correct. Shanghai 9000. 1 for each zone. 1. Shanghai 9000. 1. Map data chip. Thank you. Cooperation. You're certainly quick to thank me. You're acting way too weirdly. I've never seen a robot assistant proactively make a request of someone. But if you can really provide data on those resources, I'll consider working with you. Thank you. Thank you. Good deeds, good rewards. A broken assistive robot. Unlike other robots, it seems to be performing some other tasks. One moment, my lord. I have done all that I can, but there is still one error that persists. The root node inside the Four Seasons Pavilion has been emitting inexplicable surges ever since your arrival. As long as I don't touch it, it shouldn't be a problem. True, but the problem is that there is now someone in the pavilion who might be inclined to touch it. Touché. Of course. Fine, I'll handle it. I promised I'd be good and stay right here. But after you're done with your business, take me out to see the sights. What was the issue? My lord, it's been several centuries since you last departed. A regular life form would have had to endure countless winters and span multiple generations. I've been wanting to ask you this ever since I came back. Where is your sentiment setting at right now?
Okay.
My sentiment setting is currently locked at 90%. Who was it that adjusted your original settings? I have been ordered not to divulge that information, but your incident seems to have affected them greatly. They came over often to chat with me after you were gone. They even activated my built-in therapist module. What's the... Talk with the ancients and all that. Pro tip, don't fall off the map. Lear. Ah, it's you. We meet again, fellow disciple. I don't know you. You look familiar, though. Lear? Impossible. Our fates have been joined long before either of us have realized. Where am I? A limitless realm, where the forces of heaven and earth intersect with space-time and consciousness. You're not real, this is a mere illusion. What can be deemed real amongst the myriad? What can be deemed false? Did you create this space? Yours truly does not possess that ability. I have studied Fusang for eons. Yet when faced with its multitude of obscure arts, my knowledge is still left wanting. Do you also not know how to leave? That's hardly difficult. Realize what is natural and simply act on your thoughts. However, I do ask for a moment of your time. You lent me a hand many years ago, so I must not bring an end to our cycle of Tao. I said that I don't know you. This horn allows its user to resonate with Fusang, enabling travel between the central and outer nodes. This thing will take me back to the Four Seasons Pavilion? I never thought the nodes had this sort of function. If it actually works, this will save me a lot of time. Yes, this horn is of no use to ordinary people. You, however, are different. Please accept it. Fusang Horn allows the holder to move between the Four Seasons Pavilion and any registered root node. When Yi was brought to the Limitless Realm, a mysterious sage presented this as a gift to him. When blown, it resonates with the primordial roots Fusang. All paths eventually converge. We shall meet again. Alright, Jades. We're going to install that one. Stasis node. Okay, so it's either or. I'm going to try to use Talisman more often. So this will temporarily immobilize that enemy for some amount of tenths of seconds, depending on how strong the enemy is, I'm guessing. Alright, what is the third one? Just out of curiosity there. Breathing exercise. Take a breather to recover internal damage after a precise parry. You feeling okay, Yi? It's dangerous out there, so stay safe. It's dangerous out there. Take this. Alright. Let's head right. I hope you haven't gone far, but there is something I'm unsure as to whether I should share. Speak freely. In truth, I owe my existence to the decision of a certain soul. It was through his decision that I wasn't destroyed. Who? The soul in charge of the power reservoir, Lord Kwafu. That damn bastard. I understand you hold a grudge against him, but in my humble opinion, it might be worthwhile to engage with him. After all, Lord Kwafu's unique talents are undeniable. Even if he declines to cooperate, he could still be of value to you. Fair enough. I'll consider it. The power reservoir is located at the base of the central core. Take the transport elevator downward, and you should be able to find it. Oh dear. Ugh. Damn it. Ow. Okay. That's there at least. That's going to be locked from the other side. There we go. Locked from the other side. One shortcut opened. I don't like the look of that. Yeah, hopefully this is the bounce attack. If it is, then we should be able to bounce off of the tops of all those like bright nodes and also people who attack us. Or like attack off the crimson attacks, I think. What am I doing? I'm not trying to dance. That one. I'll call it the Tai Chi kick, but then perhaps it's too early to give it a name. There we go. We go above the nodes, hit the left button, and we do a spin. The trick is not to predict, but to expose. Your reaction is as important as your timing. Yep. Ugh. Do it in battle. To think that the green key aura was visible all along. Ow. Expose the flow of ki to make it suit your ends. Tai Chi kick. Press left button in midair to bounce off Nukunlun's green energy orbs to gain access to higher areas or explore new paths. If a green glow is present on an enemy using a crimson attack, Yi can use Tai Chi kick to inflict internal damage to them. Hang on one sec. The plastic chair mat constantly ends up kind of bunching up toward the front. Walking stick library. How's it going? The little kitty with the big sword is very amusing. Anomalous root node. Root node system error message. Warning, this root node is experiencing abnormal energy discharge. Danger, only maintenance personnel allowed. Root nodes were one of the key technologies that the Fengshi Guild unlocked that laid the foundation for advanced rhizomatic technology. Today, the flow and transmission of rhizomatic energy can be controlled through these root nodes. However, the mechanisms behind the primordial roots are still shrouded in mystery, even for modern Solarians. Yeah, I was saying earlier that when we suddenly reacted and then got shoved into the underground lair where there's all of this wild technology, I was like, oh, this isn't just like some Ori reboot or like Ori knockoff. This is like a fully fledged game with its own with its own complete personality. I was like, oh, okay. And then they kept teaching me about stuff, and I'm like, what even is this game? It was the same reaction I had to Expedition 33 when I finally got to, like, we were in these, you know, small areas doing battles with individual monsters and groups of monsters. And I'm like, okay, well, this is kind of familiar. It's kind of like Final Fantasy VII, or at least the reboot. And then we get into the world map, and it pops out to like a large scale. You know, you're floating. It's almost like the Periscope look, where like your people are probably smaller than they should look, and like the world map is gigantic. I'm like, what even is this game? Because there's like 5 different games that I thought I was playing. Yucky heat, yes. Yes, it got not very high by American standards where we are in Yorkshire, but it got pretty hot by Yorkshire standards because there's no air conditioning, you know, like almost anywhere. It's a little bit like New England back in the 80s. Like our town in New Hampshire barely had air conditioning, and my parents bought a window unit at some point. So, like, you shove it in the window, you turn it on when you need it, you turn it off when you don't, and then over the course of the summer, you should be opening windows like 99% of the time. And then, when the end of the season comes, you take it out, so it no longer is there. And you kind of have to gamble on when the last time you're going to need the air conditioning is before you start turning on the heat. But my dad was showing me today that in New Hampshire, temperatures got up to 102. I was like, yup. Been telling you for years, climate change is a thing. Used to live in Utica? Oh, yeah. My spouse's family is from Syracuse for the most part. And, yeah. Kind of same. Let's see, right. There's this guy with a shield. Right, so we could bounce off of the top of him, or we could also, in theory, wait for him to do a crimson. Actually, he doesn't do crimsons. Right, so this guy is like a tester. He basically makes sure that you know what you're doing. That was a terrible... Oh, there we go. It was a terrible block, but it still worked. So you do a parry block, and then hack him when you can actually get close enough. Okay, there we go. Haha. What are you? Monies. Four treasures of the study. Solarian artifact that can be gifted to Chuan Chuan. Ancient writing tool. Calligraphy has transformed into a traditional art which emphasizes being placed on the, with emphasis being placed on the erudite, scholarly atmosphere created by each purposeful brushstroke. Just a reminder, calligraphy is several thousand years old at this point. In our lives. Has been around for a very exceedingly long time. Okay. So, here we've got a elevator, which will take us to a different area. We still have the left side down here to explore. We still have the left side up top and the right side up top-ish to look at before we go out. Because if we go out, I'm not coming back. Ugh. Ow. No! You jerks! Oh, what a punk. Knocked me backwards into that thing. Okay. So, just basically go straight down is what we can... No! You have got... Okay, well there goes like 600. I should have grabbed it when I had the chance. Lesson to you all. Wow. Okay, well, there was like 8 that time, so less of a problem. That's much better. 64. Alright, off of the, like, 600 that I had. This'll do. There we go. Much nicer. Right, so this brings us back to the Tiger Boss area that we were doing before. There's that whole area down left that we need to do. And... yeah. A little bit of a waste, but it's fine. Ah, no, you jerk. Wow, what a punk. 418? I'm kind of curious where I got that much from. Ka-ching! Ah. That's going back a ways. Right. So the original, like, root node that we found was up there. Basic component, widely used in processors for guards and various machines. The amount of Jin used directly affects their performance. Yields a small amount of Jin when recycled at the 3D printer. Alright, where are we? We should look just up and to our left. There should be like a secret passage in the wall. Yep. Another basic component. Excellent. Alright, is there anything up there worth looking at? It does not appear so. Not to say there isn't anything, but it does not appear that there is anything here. So let's go down and then swing left. Wow. Alright. Okay. Okay. Phew. Right. Close enough. Okay. Glad that worked. Okay, switch jump, bounce, and then use our fairy over there. Oh, I'm sorry, nymph. Not fairy. That's different. No, That's not what I wanted to do. Damn it. Whoa. Okay. Okay. Another basic component. Cool, cool, cool. That's one. Okay, so this is another elevator type thing. Yeah, so I don't know exactly when it was, but I went from thinking, oh no, it's a... I went from thinking, oh no, it's a clone of like Ori type of game, to thinking, oh no, this is Hollow Knight. Don't like that. So yeah, I have been under the impression that I was not going to be much of a Hollow Knight fan, and I attempted to play it a few times. It just never really worked out very well. But it's fine, right? It's not like it's not my game, but it could be, certainly could be other people's game. Go collect that again. But then I was like Tai Chi Cat, so... we're gonna need to rest. Otherwise, we're gonna die. A lot. Alright, we need... status. We have 586 Jin, and we have 3, I want to say. I think we have 3 of the thingies. Basic, yeah, basic things. Which, if we... oh no. If we sell all of them, it's gonna put us up 300 from where we are. Currently 902. We need 1,000 to clear that that one thing I wanted. Ugh. Ah. Oh, really? You suck. Alright. That's false advertising. Can't run up that. Oh. No. Okay. Okay. not so much. Right, we still got to get above that one. Ugh. Awesome. Order of operations is the main problem here. Ugh. Yeah. This is actually the first time that I've been here. Standard component. Widely used in processors for guards and various machines. Amount of gin used directly affects their performance. Yields a medium amount of gin when recycled. So that one might be 250 or 300. Medicinal citrine, poison, orange-tinted ore. People once mixed it with wine, believing it would strengthen the body. However, taking it in large quantities is harmful. I'm gonna guess here, it messes up your liver. How are we doing? Yeah, we've been back from... It's raining. Well, hopefully that will cool things off a bit where you are. If not... Oh. Ooh. Yep, saw that one coming. Jump over there, look down, still nothing there. Okay. So, if we don't do anything, right, we have been here at the very least, so we have saved at this node. We need to go all the way right and then down. Oh. Ah. Hello. Collected Tao fruit. Okay, so we're good. Might be a good idea to head up to that node and then go see Chuan Chuan. Because we have a calligraphy set that he's going to want. And we also have a skill point. Swift Runner. Hold down right trigger while moving to greatly increase movement speed on flat ground, shortens travel times along familiar paths, and also helps you go faster. Swift Rise. When knocked down... Okay, so this is another thing that we definitely want. When knocked down, press right trigger quickly to dash and get Yi back up on his feet. Speeds up recovery and allows Yi to swiftly engage with an enemy's follow-up attack. Because goodness knows, they hit hard. Sneak attack is pretty awesome. So Shadow Strike inflicts increased damage when striking an enemy from behind with a strong attack. So that's the third one out of the triple slash that comes up over the top of the head. If that hits them, they can basically insta-kill most of the small guys. Backlash. Increases internal damage inflicted by a successful Tai Chi kick or skull kick. skull kick. While in the air, hold down on the left stick and press X to perform a special down kick, which bounces you up in the air for a bit if successfully landed. Skull kick can be used as an alternative to Tai Chi kick. Breathing exercise. Take a breather to recover internal damage after precise parry. Okay. We are going to go with Swift Runner because I want to spend the next 2 points, and I mean the next 2 points, on Swift Rise. I've been hit enough times to know that getting up off the ground is going to be super important. Not much range of spat. Yeah. That's too bad. It's not going to knock anything down. Give 4 treasures of the study. Here. This is a calligraphy brush. Stop writing with that crude charcoal. Wow, you write with this? How do I hold it? You're holding it backwards. Show him. Remember, the order of your strokes is very important. The tip is so soft. Ah, now my words look all crooked. Practice more. It's not easy at first. As a first-timer, you're already more talented than I ever was. Who taught you to write? Was it your mom, dad, or teacher? We had a big tree in our yard, under which was my first classroom. Back then, I had a clingy classmate. Who's your classmate? Pay attention, that's another mistake. Calligraphy demands focus. You mustn't be distracted. Ugh, I know. Thank you for the pen, Yi. I just thought of some new ideas, and I want to write them down quickly so I don't forget. Are you done with your story yet? I'm already at chapter 102. The hero dug out the divine sword from the fields and is now going to duel with the fish princess. Okay, that sounds like a good opportunity to practice. Don't forget to keep your back straight. Your eyes should also be a healthy distance away from the paper. Okay. Okay, we want 1,000. Standard component for 400. Yeah, that's going to be good enough. Yeah, okay. Let's do the 3 basic components. Just so we have less actual junk left over. Create pipe vial. Alright, next one is up at 500, and then mob coil at 750, and pipe vial at 2,000. So 500 is our next goal. This is 425. Right. So now we have our 3 pipe opportunities. What do we want? 3 heals. Alright, last note. Okay. Left side has some stuff. So we might be able to make a jump for it and go down there, yes. Nice. Hey, no thank you. Dink. And good enough. Oh, wait a minute. Aha. Bearing Jade. Reduces knockback from enemy attacks when parrying, increasing stability when enduring heavy hits. That is the sort of thing that we have needed this entire time, and I only just got it. So as I've said, I've played this game before, at least, you know, a certain number of hours, but I've never been into this area. I have never found that jade before. This is perfect. So, reduce knockback when parrying, increase stability when enduring heavy hits. Okay, so that was nothing. There is a lot of sharp stuff up there, and I don't trust myself. Pretty sure we need to be at some high level to either eliminate it or like mid-air dash or something. But right now we do not have that technology. Let's go down and left. See where this takes us. Transporter. Where are we? Power Reservoir West. Ow, no! Jerk. Alright. Good news, I was like just right there, so not a big deal. Only got like 100 on us, so. Alright. Need to be more patient. What? No! You jerk. There we go. Wow. Alright. Dangus. I don't like that. Oh, nope. Do not like that. Negativo. I'm gonna hide in here, thanks. Shut down. Get absolutely wrecked. Okay. Nope. Standard component. There's nothing here. I don't know what you're talking about. Nobody here but us fishes. I'm such a dick. Alright. Ah, boo. Crowd them. Happen to work pretty well here. Alright. Not the bears. Those are not actually bears, by the way. Those are humans. But their bodies have essentially been sculpted inside of cyborg bodies in order to... Hello? Hello, can you hear me? God, this is such a hassle. This is the central control room for the power reservoir. Please listen carefully. I don't know how you woke from hibernation or how you managed to get in here. However, this is a restricted zone, as according to the law, all trespassers will be removed. If you are lost, I urge you to leave as soon as possible. Huafu. I've already summoned Dusk Guardians to handle the situation. It's me, Yi. Huh? Who did you say you were? You heard what I said. Disarm the security system already. Now you listen to me. I don't know what kind of hilarious prankster you think you are, but did you really think you'd fool me with a crude disguise? Leave now. Ugh, what a nuisance. Actually, we got 402. This means that we can go back to the pavilion with the 3D printer and make some other stuff. Okay, so we want a 500 and a 750. Okay, so that'll get us the 500 anyway. Or 750. And we've got 452. So let's not risk it just yet. No, okay. Right, allows talisman to simultaneously hit an additional target, which would have been really nice on that last attack where we had two guys in the corner there. However, any knockback from parrying is currently the one we've got. It's fine. Wait a minute. No, hang on. Come back. Last note. We can go up and then right, or we can duck down here and to the left to get somewhere without, like, really committing to anything. Ouch. Ah. Ow. Ah. That's not helpful. Oh, okay. This is not bad. We go like this to get our health back up. Actually, intentionally this time. And then we go over here. And don't do that. Ouch. Ouch. What a punk. Ow. I almost died like twice. That's great. Dusk Guardian, recording device 1. Dusk Guardian, case file number 1. Log entry, deceased has been confirmed to be a Dusk Guardian. It is speculated that an explosion occurred while he was on patrol. He was pierced by a piece of scaffolding when the structure collapsed, and he died immediately. Hello? Is this how we do log entries? I can't believe I encountered something like this on my first shift. He had a lot of external injuries. It looked horrible. I hope his spirit will be able to rest in peace. I've been feeling drowsy after our last medicinal injection, but the symptoms are slowly going away. I thought I would never have have been able to board New Kunlun, so imagine my surprise when it became a Dusk Guardian. It's incredible to think about. Okay. Collected towel fruit. We are dangerously close to getting another level. Oop. I almost didn't make that one. That would have been really sad. Okay. Ooh, oh, okay. We're playing this game now. Ah, damn it. No, we can't play that game. We don't have the health for it, among other things. Ow. Oh, come on. Alright. Where are we? Above. Damn. I can get up there. Maybe not. Alright, fine. Oh no. I have to go all the way around. No. Alright, hang on. Okay, I can't go anywhere else up, so I have to go down and around that way. There we go. Alright, 187. Cool. Open that door so we don't have to do this again. Uh-huh. Ow. It's very sad. And this... Oh, it's fine. Gotta face off against Mungo here. What? No. Jerks. Right. Oh, root node. I need skills. Swift rise. When you get knocked down, dash up. Yes, please. That's definitely absolutely necessary. Oh no! Oh, you jerk. I didn't think that was even possible. Ow. Not cool, man. Alright, well, that's going to be how we do that. No, come on. Shit. Okay, where are we in relation to another root node? Nope. Okay. So that is yet another. Might have something that's down. Yeah, take that. Bam. Ugh. Bash him in the face. Yes, the bear-like entities are not very much fun. Ugh. Oh my goodness. So close to dead. Standard component. Cool, cool, cool. We have to go all the way back to the left in order to survive this. Good news, question mark. Alright, stay on this level. Okay, almost home. Good, this is something that I already did, so. Oh. Yay, rest. Okay, so then we look at the map. We have not gone down from here. We want to go down from here. Everything else on the right is done to the elevator. So we take the small elevator. Okay. That's fair. So the other question is that there should be a Map Boy 9000 there. Shanghai 9000. There should be one in the region that we're in, the power power, whatever it was. It may not be there. It may be a ways away, like in the next zone. Okay, we need 500 or 2,000 or 2,500. We have 800. Recycle 1. Do the medical jade. Okay. And now we need to do the pipe vial for 2,000. We have 400 more, so like basically 700. Yep, we are not changing this. Right, we still want to reduce knockback more than we carry about imprecise parries, and trying to slowly recover health. That seems like a terrible idea, given the other nonsense we put up with. Alright, so let's make it across again. And go for that second elevator. Really the question is, where do I have a path that can work? Really? You jerks. Whee! Whew. All right. Off to the next zone. Hang, how are you doing, dear brother? The sun is out today. Remember how we used to go out hiking on sunny days like this? I was at that age when I couldn't stop asking questions. You were always so patient as you tried to explain every bit of the scenery around us. You were the best. You knew everything there was to know about everything. Oh dear, we're glitching. Look at those pretty towers. Could we go play over there? No, we can't. Those aren't towers. They're rhizomatic columns from the turbulent era. Rhizomatic columns? They're vessels for storing rhizomatic energy. Think of them as big batteries. You should have learned this in class already, Hang. I don't really like my classes. I want to hear about it from you, Yi. Your stories are way more interesting than my textbooks. They aren't stories, silly. Rhizomatic columns were an invention that changed the world. Scientists from long ago created them to make everyone's lives better. But the adults around us are biased. They consider all technology from the turbulent era to be dangerous weapons of war. Now these momentous breakthroughs just sit here collecting dust and weeds. What do you mean? Are they broken? Activating them isn't as easy as flipping a switch. But don't you worry. One day your big brother will fix them all up. After you fix them, promise me we'll get to play in one of those columns. That's not somewhere we can play, silly. I thought I just told you that. I might not have understood everything you said, but I wanted to cling to you all the time. I thought you were the smartest person in the whole world. The color of the sky, where the rain comes from, why the stars shimmer, you knew about it all. You've accomplished so much and received all those lofty titles since then. But to me, you've always been the most amazing person in the world. Alright, where are we? Ads are starting in 5 minutes, you say, huh? Nice. Hey! Where's that weird noise coming from? A defect? Chi Yu. Pardon me, I was captivated by the incredible craftsmanship of this building. The words burst forth, flowing freely. I've never seen a weapon that shows interest in the arts. What's your model? Oh, the circumstances of birth do not a sage make. I may run man-made circuitry, but I place much faith in my poetry. Pray, call me Chi Yu. I am also known as Battle Lord Mark II. May I inquire as to your esteemed name? Call me Yi. No need for the formalities. Well met. This fortuitous encounter deserves a verse of its own. When blossoms drift from swaying willow boughs, the morning air bestrews its sweet perfume. Do not stay adrift for more than spring allows, for there is less time to cherish than we presume. Your meter's off. Alas, is it so? Oh, you're right, Sir Yi. The final line contains an error, the source of which is an issue with operator 37 in my system. Allow me a moment to replace. Oh, I am bereft of Jin and unable to carry out repairs. Whatever shall I do? You need Jin? Jin is a keystone for all that harnesses the electrical humors for artificial beings like myself, but it is the most precious of precious materials. Oh, I have traveled far and wide, gathering myriad treasures, but without Jin welding my connections, they just become a burden. I've devised a plan that might resolve this urgent need. Judging by your attire, I surmise that you must have been born into wealth. To tell you the truth, my luggage houses an extravagant collection of precious artifacts. If you have Jin to barter, I will be willing to part with a few of my treasures. Peruse at your leisure, sir. Recovery Jade increases the recovery rate of internal damage, helping Yi get back into the fight quicker. Health Thief recovers some health after a successful shadow strike. So that's attack from behind, and you have to have that one active. Or you have to have bought the ability. Last Stand Jade increases damage output when health is below 25%. Break the cauldrons and sink the boats. Make your last stand. Steal an enemy's health to heal yourself. Quick Dose Jade shortens the shortens the time needed for Yi to use his medicine pipe, reducing his chances of getting hit. Computing unit. Each additional Tau 90 computing unit increases the Jade system's computing power by 1. The Jade system was developed by the ancient Feng Shi Guild in order to assist in combat. Inserting different Jades unlocks extraordinary abilities in the user. However, an extensive Jade's system requires a great deal of computing power. Ball of Flavor. Animal feed made from food waste. It's very nutritious for some livestock, but should not be ingested due to the excess amounts of bacteria present during fermentation. Dragon's Whip. The tongue of a dragon snake contains deadly toxins. It spreads its poisonous saliva around to kill its prey. Necroceps. The corpse of an insect that died from a parasitic fungus. Cordyceps. The fungus hijacks the insect's nervous system and will keep it moving even after it has died. Guisang. The roots and stems of this alpine plant resemble a person and is rich in toxic alkaloids. A single root can down a giant beast. We would like 1,000. And any more than that, right? The quick dose would be great. So 2250 would be awesome, but I don't think we can do that. Ooh. Over there. So the real question is, how much do we have available to us? If we recycle, this is going to be 788. All right, there is some stuff that I would like that is less than the proper amount, you know, top amount that we're getting here. But yeah, it's fine. Purchase. Health Thief. Recovers some health after successful Shadow Strike. I don't actually have enough to really... Or that's not really where we're headed, but we'll take that 600 for Health Thief Jade, and then we'll get Shadow Strike as like our next asterisk. I'll get that as either our next or one of the next skills. Rhizomatic Energy Meter. Rhizomatic Column Energy Report. Rhizomatic energy flow results normal. Rhizomatic energy is generated when the primordial roots absorb light. Over the past millennia, and with the development of Solarian technology, methods for extracting and storing this energy have been continuously improved upon. During the Turbulent Era, Ji Kingdom created the first large-scale rhizomatic columns to meet the power needs of their military. Groups of these columns were built across the Penglai by various kingdoms. However, with the rise of Taoism, the columns slowly fell into disrepair. Well. Oh, I hit the wrong button. No. No. Come on. terrible. Um... A multi-tool kit. Solarian artifact can be gifted to Chuan Chuan. Sophisticated tool set. Sophisticated tool set. Crafted by the great craftsman of Ying. This is a must-have dream tool for even the most accomplished of craftsmen. Hey, famished. You can watch Alien Earth. I'm meaning to catch up on Alien Predator movies. 28 years later. Yep. Ooh, hey, it's you. Shanghai 9000. Talk. Wow, hello, sir. Hello. Enjoying a sublime eternity amongst the evergreen foothills. New Kunlun, the second home of your dreams. I'm looking for... I know, don't say anything. I know what you want. You need a tour, right? I'm so stoked. Don't just stand there. Take a seat. Feel free to ask if you have any questions. Give me a status report in this region. Alright, okay. The new Kunlun power grid is currently off-peak. Rhizomatic columns are only operating at 40% capacity island-wide. Operations at the Radiant Pagoda are also operating at minimum level. Operations of non-essential bridges have been suspended. Several anomalies have appeared across the power grid. Zhaonan, Daya, and many other generators are no longer connected. Dusk Guardian support staff have been deployed to repair the anomalies. Estimated repair time? Estimate failed. What do you think? I recited everything clearly and properly, right? I did good, didn't I? Didn't I? Where's the soul in charge of this zone? Huh? What? Do you have business with Lord Kwafu? If you're going, count me in. Oh, I'm sorry. Please stop glaring at me. Lord Kwafu's vital sanctum can be found within the Radiant Pagoda. His lordship may have been born in Ying countryside, but he is still the most skilled engineer we have. Rumor has it that, due to his stunning looks and the overwhelming charisma of his imposing figure, he has never once left the pagoda since he arrived here. Few have even laid eyes on his lordship. So enigmatic, isn't he? It's my dream to be able to take a photo with him one day. I want to enter the Radiant Pagoda. Going to the Radiant Pagoda? Good choice. It's great for photos. However, there isn't enough electricity to power the light bridge that leads to the pagoda. I would love to take you inside, but my aspirations exceed my capabilities. Is there another way to power that light bridge? Yes, but you do not have the administrator privileges, so I cannot share that information. I can, however, recommend one of our other fantastic observation decks in the power reservoir. I can even tell you the best spots to snap pictures. I'm friends with the administrator here. He said he doesn't mind. Really? My, how did you ever become friends with such an important figure? Impressive. Just got an ad for it. Big in the media. I've never seen him before. I'll help you with the bridge, but could you get me an autograph in return? There's a backup control room right below where we're standing. It was built in case of emergencies. You can manually increase the power output in the control room, which should reactivate the light bridge to the Radiant Pagoda. Was I allowed to say that? Oh, wow, did I let slip a secret or something? Oh, how exciting. Cool. What, leaving already? What a pity. Won't you stay for a cup of tea? No, but I would like your chip. Wow, what are we doing? What are we going to do? You want my map data chip? I would love to give it to you. But I'll shut down if I remove it. Would you consider swapping it for Jin? I can make a copy for 400 Jin. Pay 400 Jin. Alright, then let's... Oh, no, you don't have enough. What now? Don't feel discouraged. Give it another try. I'll be waiting here till the end of time. That's fair. Mm, 312. Oh. So close. Can't go in there. Anyway, yeah, ads are going to start, so we better just get out of here. Woo! Let's grab this thing real quick. Where is the nearest? Yep. Great. There we go. Recover health after Shadow Strike. And we do not have Shadow Strike yet, so that is not a problem. Return to the menu. Let's get that nice music going. And then we're going to find out who to raid tonight. So, that person looks very far through the game. Dawn is doing math tonight. Actual education. Dr. Gold is also doing some math stuff. Looks like he's doing mostly matrices. Celine Star Dragon is doing Elite Dangerous. Xandorific is doing Skyward Sword. Eralm is doing Elite Dangerous and is currently doing Words with Friends. Let's pop over there and surprise her. So we can... Nope. Never mind. Nope. You fail. Never mind. Malik VR is doing Science Lore, Alien, and Canyons. Looks like he is currently in an asteroid field in Elite Dangerous. So we're going to go check out what is going on over there. And I hope to see you all tomorrow where we work on cracking the GRE math test. So we are working as a source of problems in order to expand upon our understanding and teach things maybe a little different than the norm. So we are coming back, like I said, tomorrow for that. Friday for Against the Storm, and Sunday for Satisfactory. And then Monday we come back again for Peter Liljedahl's Building Thinking Classrooms. We're going to be taking a vacation here in a couple weeks, just to let you all know. But I hope you all have a good evening, a good rest of your week, and we'll see you tomorrow, hopefully, for cracking the GRE. So, good luck, everybody. Have a good night. My name's Obi-Wan Pez. This is N Simplex Pachinko. See you next time.